Hey everyone, I thought I would do another pick a card. Yay! This time I've asked the team to make it, not to say as personal as possible, but the goal here is to get an idea, or to give you rather an idea of how you're being at this time in your life, and maybe give you some advice. Of course, when we look at these things, it could bring through some shadows that Spirit would like to encourage you to look at, especially as I do do a lot of shadow work. That's just going to come through. Also, any messages that may come through, because a lot of you do have some friends and family in spirit that like to drop by sometimes and make a connection. So without further ado, you know the rules of the game, how this works. You're going to go ahead and come with as clear a mind as possible, an intention to connect and receive messages, and then I'd like you to focus on which pile calls to you the most. If you do feel drawn towards more than one pile, that's cool. Then look at all of them that call to you. And of course, use discernment. Without further ado, if you like to stick around and watch as I compile the cards, maybe you'll feel very much more sure about which pile to select, then please go ahead and just continue listening. If you'd rather jump to the collective message, go right ahead and jump to that, and that message will pertain to all viewers. If you'd like to go ahead and jump straight to the pile that you would like to start with first, you can do that as well. And in the end, I think there may be a closing energy statement. If not, whatever. If you'd like to have a personal reading with me or an energy healing session with me, all dedicated to you, then look me up on Etsy, okay? Without further ado, let's jump into, I guess, whatever you want. But I'm going to start with pile selection. Hey, welcome. If you are here, then you either jumped straight to the part where I select the piles, or you just kept listening. So either way, let me have a seat. God bless. And let's see. For this time, I'm going to choose from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 decks. Okay, and I had them actually in order. I don't know why I just mixed it up. All right. Let's start with some personality cards. Thank you, Spirit. I think we're going to keep it at three piles today. Wow, the cards are jumping for this. Wow, these cards are... Yeah. So the first two cards that we're going to pull, the first two decks, are going to be from the personality cards deck. Okay. Give us an idea of what's going on in your personality. Maybe we'll pull one or two cards. We'll see how many. And then the next deck will be from the Archetypes deck by Carolyn Miss. Oh, okay, thank you. Deck 1. Thank you. Deck 2? That gave me some deck 3 vibes. All right. Oh, me? Okay. I can feel it. What's this for? We'll hold this off to the side. I don't know. Pile 2, guys. Let's see. Okay, there's pile 2. Pile 2, getting some teacher vibes in there. Pile 2, feels like some of you may have had to leave someone behind. All right, just left that card. If that's you in pile 2, not to influence your decision, but I'm just saying if you're already vibing with pile 2, I just felt like they had to leave someone behind. If that's the case, especially married, there's a marriage here. I do want to let you know this person is out of your field now, okay? All right, so that doesn't mean that your pile is pile 2, by the way. Your guys will let you know. All right, let's go ahead and pick from the archetype cards, and reminding you guys that these cards feature positive and negative aspect of these archetypes. Ooh, feeling a lot of what do you call it? Solar plexus weakness for pile 1. Okay, maybe due to an event that happened in your past is what I'm getting. Could be just a memory that's resurfacing, maybe something that's resurfacing for you in general. Thank you, Spirit. They're like, go ahead, Jay, just pick one. Okay, I get one too. I always get the hard ones. Okay, I'll put that right there. Thank you. Yay. Hashtag not forgotten. Okay. I don't know what to do with this. I'll put you there. Whoopsie doodles. I'll put you there. Okay, what's next? Let's head over to here for super high dimensional cards. Just one each. Thank you. It, ni, san. Okay. Oopsie doodles. And let's head over here to our normal, like, higher dimensional 3. Okay. Also felt like that was for me. 2. Oh, that's me. Okay, thank you. Ooh, 1. Thank you. Grazie. 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 All right. I heard some danger cards, but these are actually not quote unquote danger cards, but I heard that. So letting you guys know, this is 3. These are my surrender cards. Really great for surrender readings too. Thank you. What was that? All right. 3. 1. Okay, there we go. One more. Thank you. Okay. Okay, fine. Oh my gosh. 1 for me. Okay. Gonna let you know what song is coming into mind right now as we're in the field. What's her name? Adele's let me photograph you in this light in case you the way stay like we are before real life. Oh, when we were young. I keep forgetting and thinking it's the way we were, but that's Barbara Streisand. But no, it's actually the way we. Oh, see, I almost said it again. When we were young. So that's for somebody. When we were young. The way we were. Somebody is being encouraged collectively. Someone is being encouraged to understand that you may be holding on to a specific memory in the past as if that was the way we were. You're dramatizing it. But the truth is, actually, it was a long time ago. And if it wasn't a long time ago, then energetically it feels very distant from you, number 1. And the second thing is that you were young. There's some young aspect to you. And of course, this could be referring to a level of maturity or lack thereof, right? And so they're asking you to take a more clear look at what was going on with that situation so that you can remedy the way that you saw it. In fact, look at this. These 2 cards fell off. I thought there were 2. Actually, I thought it was 1. Turns out there are 4, and they're both presenting themselves like this. So Spirit is giving a nod to the idea that you guys, whoever this message is for, that I'm getting that song for, that you are being asked to look upon your past with the eyes of maturity, right? And to not get lost in the romanticizing of the past, because you know what? The past is the past for a reason. Okay? God bless. Things were not as good as your mind wants you to remember them as. All right. So here we go. Thank you guys. If you guys stuck around, you wanted to see what the energies were like as we created the piles. You did just get a little bit of information that came out that way, and it won't be featured in any of the other sections. So thank you for watching. Let's go ahead, take a few seconds to select a pile, and then we will read the collective energies. Okay? Oh, excuse me. Pile 1. Sorry. Pile 2. And pile 3. I'll give you a few seconds. Okay, I gave you 7 seconds. 7 seconds in heaven. Collectively speaking, I just realized that I didn't actually pull cards for the collective. They gave me cards, and I think those were for me. But let me see if I can channel very quickly any messages that would like to come through for the collective. The collective right now, the collective energies, they're like, yay, Great job to you guys. Great, great, great job for you. And the reason why they're saying great job is because no matter where you find yourself in life right now, no matter what you're doing quote unquote right or quote unquote wrong. Notice I said quote unquote because those are very subjective, but let's refine that. No matter whether you find yourself engaging in behaviors that are for your health and well-being or are not for your health and well-being, please know that you are insanely loved. You are loved beyond all reason. You can't even imagine how loved you are, because that kind of love exceeds what kind of love we're able to have on this earth. One would think that the most pure form of love on this planet would be the love of a mother and child. That is unconditional love. But if we're keeping it 100, many mothers are very conditional. Many parents are very conditional with their love. If you do this, then I'll love you. If you're a good boy, if you're a good girl, I love you. And you may not necessarily say it that way. You may not, even know that you're doing it, but there is a conveying of that energy. So please understand that it is of my opinion that unconditional love in its divinest and purest way, it can exist here on the planet, but most of us probably have never seen it in another human being in this lifetime. But that doesn't mean that you're not surrounded by unconditional love, number one, and it doesn't mean that you can't have the unconditional love experience, in the sense that sometimes spirit brings in for you at different moments different people to provide that unconditional love when you need it. Your only job and my only job and our only job, God bless, is to remain open and receptive to when these things come in. The issue though is that many times we can't recollect, because in this lifetime we haven't seen it. We can't really quite recollect what love means. We have ideas of love that are purely conditioned, purely sociocultural, right? And sometimes we can really have love being poured into us, but we can't recognize it also because we carry certain biases based on our conditioning from this lifetime and based on our trauma and wounding and core beliefs that are fear-based, coming from even outside of this lifetime. So you see, we're just doing our best, but if we set our intention to be open and receptive to love, we will find that spirit will hear that and direct us to those places where love is present for us. Now remember the saying, go where you are loved. That is great. That means that in that statement it acknowledges, that on the planet Earth, love is, it's far and few in between. What is it? Few and far in between. Either way. But if you allow spirit to move you, you can have love. You can have love all your days, or many of your days. But the thing about that is that you, in so doing and being open to love, you have to also, by definition and by default, be open to being moved, which means you have to be open to releasing when needed, and open to accepting when needed, and open to changing your mind when needed, right? So you have to be able to be in the flow, and you have to get to a place where you're not only ideologically flexible, but that you're tuned in to the correct source that's giving you this information about what love is and what isn't, and where to go if you want to tap into that. So long story short, the best way that you can do that is to keep your prayers and your intentions going forward. Make sure that you're asking for the highest, information from love. You have to make sure you indicate that the source is love, because there are many things out there, and when you just draw from them, there are many wells. You want to draw from the well that actually helps you, right? And that is your compass. Let love be your compass. So set your intention to do that. I just said compass. So, but that's because I meant to say compass, but I heard the word company. So God is good. Somebody here is getting ready to open a company, or feels corporate a bit, or join a company that is love-based. So if you're opening it, now's the time to really set that intention that you maintain that love-based connection. If you are joining a company that gives you the feels in a good way, please know that it's love-based. And I do want to let you know that just because a company says they have a certain mission, or they literally make their company be about something like being of service to others, helping children, helping underprivileged people, does not mean they are. Okay, so you got to plug out from what people are saying and these companies are saying and their donations. Instead, focus on allowing love to be something that you're shown by Spirit. Be directed, because when we allow ourselves to be directed, that's when we find the diamonds in the rough. That's when we flow easily through the eye of a needle, right? Because we're not looking for the normal sociocultural mainstream society telltale signs about what a good company is or a good person. They don't exist. By the time it gets to your TV and your ears and everything, it's probably corrupt. So let Spirit direct you as needed. So that's a collective message coming out for all of us here. Spirit is also saying to watch the paucity of Spirit. I just wanted to use the paucity word. I love that word. But anyway, paucity, poverty. Make sure that you are avoiding cultivating. Make sure that you're avoiding the cultivation of and or the perpetuation of an impoverished spirit. What does that mean? That means stop thinking lowly about yourself. Stop thinking lowly about where you've come from. Stop thinking lowly about where you are. Stop thinking lowly about where you could end up in your future. And stop thinking lowly about other people. When you surround yourself with poverty thoughts, whether it's about money and resources or about what it is that you can experience here on this planet, when you think poverty consciousness, you create poverty consciousness. That's it. Okay? So if you would like to remove yourself completely from these unseasoned conditions, I just want to say that because we season our food, but you're in here with that bland idea about I don't have anything, I'm nothing, I'll never amount to anything. Like, stop, pause, right? Instead, again, let abundance be your compass. When you set love as your compass, and it looks simply like this: hi God, wherever you are, hello, I would like to connect, or I am connected immediately to the highest source of love of all creation, and it is my sovereign intention to tap right into the flow of love. Anything that is not within the flow of love is not at my doorstep, cannot be maintained, is not welcome, and I do not give it permission to enter. And then, guys, you say amen, thank you, or however you'd like to say it, so it is. And then you do your due diligence in the physical, that when Spirit gives you the tap on the shoulder and says, hey, this is out of alignment with what you prayed, you gotta let it go. Let it go. And it's going to take you some trusting that if you let this person go, if you let the situation go, that it will either transform itself through transmutation, or be moved to join you in a state of love, or it will be locked out. It will fall out of alignment. Now, you don't need to go through the experience to understand, oh, this isn't loving. You've already set your intention, and if you've received the signs and you trust Spirit, you understand you don't have to go through every experience to learn the lesson. You let it go. And you trust, okay, God, I know you'll get me back. You get me. You know what I'm asking for. You gave me what it is I asked for. I asked for the heads up, and I'm going to do my part. And I'm going to say no thank you to this offer, this person, this whatever. And I'm just going to keep walking with you. That's it. Okay? Anyway, that's what's coming up. Let go of the poverty consciousness. All right, that's everybody. Anything else? They're showing me the shoes and the ankles. They're saying it's about to get a little bit muddy. So let's set our intentions right now and say it with me. What's our intention? It's very simple. My intention as a sovereign being is to connect wholeheartedly to the highest and most divine source of love in all of creation. Boom. If it ain't that, then it ain't for me. And that's it. Okay? All right, so here we go. Shake it off, shake it off, shake it off, shake it off. I love how they just, I felt like a helmet come off, and I felt like, right? Thank you, dear God, for keeping us blessed and at rest and not pressed, okay? Here we go. Let's head straight into reading now. Thank you so much for joining us for the collective reading. Which pile should we start with? Let's start with pile 1. Yay! Zoop. Hey, pile 1. Welcome, 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 welcome. Let us check. What's going on with you? Oof. I just felt the dark hammer. Why I always got to be reading about the shadows? Dang. Okay, whatever. This is where we're at. I just felt the dark hammer. Never said those two words together in my life, and I'm 40. Love it. Thank you, God. Thank you for 40 beautiful years. And my left shoulder just got really heavy and like steel. Spirit is saying that if you chose pile 1, you have made not only a history in this lifetime, but I'm definitely feeling a history in your past lives of being hard as steel. All right, because my hand is very heavy and I just want to go, ooh. It's almost like if you're part machine, like the left hand is just this big, boom, steel hammer hand fist. All right, Spirit is saying, no need to be that way anymore. You had your reasons. This is calling you to have forgiveness now, because there's some stuff coming from the past, is what I'm getting. Lots of headaches for you, possibly. Some of you may have problems in the neck area, the base of the neck, the head. This is like the past meets the present. Spirit is saying you don't have to keep carrying around, upper shoulder too, very heavy on the left side. Spirit is saying you don't need to keep carrying around this hard demeanor. And if you're in pile 1, you've probably even had thoughts and multiple thoughts like, I'm going to try to be softer today. I'm going to try to be gentle in speech. I'm going to try not to railroad this person. This person doesn't know what they're doing, but I'm going to show them what they're doing, but I'm going to be nice about it, right? That may be your personality. It doesn't have to be, but that's an example of how this comes out. See how this person's manipulating this other person? Right? So this is where Spirit is saying for you, you don't have to live this life anymore. You're no longer in the military. You're no longer in psyops. Black ops for psychology, okay? No need to twist the minds of others. No need to control, manipulate, and reorganize the environment and send your feelers out and zap people. This feels very off planet for some of you. This is tech that we may have had off planet. There's a lot of dark tech off planet and some on planet, but we don't need to get into that. We're here with group 1, right? Spirit is saying, let go of your past. Because I'm seeing here, it's almost like you're still keeping yourself incarcerated in prison, almost like you see here. They're saying, and now you on this beautiful place where you are in this on this planet. See, I couldn't even grasp the words because that I'm so in your past that you're not registering. You're here on Earth in 2022. It's a different time, right? So this is your main message. Stop feeling like you have to carry this persona. It's not you anymore. Yes, you did some things. Guess what? We all did. Okay. we all did. And you have to give yourself a break. I do want to say though that there's a part of you that keeps waiting for the other shoe to drop. Now I don't mean to liken you to this, but I want to give a great example. Let's say what do they call I forgot the name that they call them, but the people who were on trial with the Nuremberg trials, there's another guy that we hear of as Dr. Death in history, right? We hear of these people who have done atrocities. This is an example. I'm not saying you, but they're atrocities in the past. Let's fast forward to when they incarnate again. They even incarnate. The guides are like, history repeats itself. That's correct. They'll probably find themselves in that same path and same temptation and same choices, but hopefully one day they'll make a different choice, right? But the point is, if you're in this pile, you've made a different choice already. But like, I'm drawing a parallel between you and these people, these beings that made choices that were that bad. Let's say they fast forward and they're in a lifetime and they've kind of like, they're not that anymore, but they don't realize it, but there's a part of them that is still feeling the effects of that and still feeling on some level that they're bad and they have to atone and this and that. But what if they've already done their karmic stuff? Do you know what I mean? So time is yeah, thank you. Time is an illusion is what they're saying. Time is an illusion. And so that's why we struggle to put things behind us, because it's not really real. There's no such thing as before and after. It all is. So if you can, it's like a radio. You turn the frequency and you can tune into that lifetime, or you can tune into that one, or you can tune back into this one. But what happens is here we are in this lifetime and we haven't fully gotten on the this lifetime thing. You know, when you're in between two stations on the radio and you're hearing like songs in another language, and then you're hearing songs in your language, and you're trying to get into one or the other, but they're like, this is what this is like. So you're still living a lifetime that is no longer, or should no longer be, the focus in this lifetime, and you're kind of getting this flavor of this past. And the thing about this is you really want to clear these energies so that you can move forward in this lifetime with a fresh foot, so that you can stop carrying these burdens that you're a bad person, and so that you can stop having these knee-jerk thoughts, these intrusive feelings, these intrusive proclivities. Whereas this old part of you would be quick to want to check someone real quick, like, hey, you need to slow down. You're not talking to who you think you're talking to, right? That's the old you. In this lifetime, maybe you wouldn't hurt a soul. Maybe you believe, everyone should have free speech and this and that, and you even work in the field to really promote that, but you have this shadow of you where you'll promote it, but when it comes to your personal life, you don't take any BS, right? So if you could heal a little bit more, then you will see that you can shake it off, right? You can shake off that past a bit. Their guides are saying time never forgets, right? So yeah, I mean, in a sense, and of course, because like it's all happening now. So the question is, what do you want to keep tuning into, bringing us back? Didn't we talk about this? This was collectively. I'm wondering, well, I feel like they sent these messages, this deck for me, but I'm part of the collective too, so of course, yeah. But look, collectively, remember this fell off and I was like, oh my god, I went to get it and I thought it was one card, but it was actually 4 and 2 and 2, and they split into 2 like this, and this has to do with something way back from the past, and now today you have to make a choice how you'd like to see it. This is the same theme we were talking about coming right in here. All right, so let's take a look at these 2 cards here coming up. Teacher and magical child, a child, but the magical kind. I do want to let you know that Spirit has put you into service in this lifetime, and possibly quite a few lifetimes. This past, where I see you being very dominant, very, I don't want to say draconian, because draconian in English, it means hard, punitive. This fits the energy, but you also have to understand that when we talk about our galactic cousins, one of our galactic cousins are the Draco, right? It's one of the ETs, or Draco, whatever you want to call it, one of the ET races, God bless, species. And so I don't want to get, and we want to wonder where the word draconian came from, right? Just to give you an idea. I don't want you, if some of you may be very familiar with that knowledge, I don't want to say you were draconian and blah blah blah. No, but I do want to use the word draconian in reference to the way this energy was within you. Okay, yeah. Founder races, they're saying, are very abrupt. I don't know why they are saying it that way, are very abrupt, but if it's for you, you'll understand. But it's very much like boom, black and white, regulated. Okay, and so yeah, very, very Capricornian, in the shadow vibes coming through here. But worse, if you ever know a Capricorn, they can be very cold, very automaton, very black and white, this is in the shadow side, right? We're looking at the darker side. But I want to show you here that now you, in this lifetime and in other lifetimes, I'm sure, because remember, this is feeling like some past stuff, You've been placed into service to others. So I'm not seeing you in service to self mode anymore, which is, yes, yes, very good, very good. We are out here for you. We love you. Thank you so much, right? But now it's like you're going through the motions. You may find yourself kind of wondering, how do I be kind? How do I do this? How do I? And this is not to say you haven't made accomplishments along this journey, because I do see it. I see a lot of badges. I see a lot of great work over the past few lifetimes. You've done very well. You're no longer in that old energy, right? You've done well for yourself. You're helping people. But I think that what I'm getting here is that you would like to have a little bit more intimacy with other people. You'd like to learn how to connect with people more. Spirit is saying that the way that you do that is that you once again go further inside into yourself to understand, where's my playful side? Because we see a very harsh and restrictive, very serious, very authoritarian, very black, white, right, a side that you're no longer in. But now you're being encouraged to tap into your playful attitude. So in this lifetime, Spirit may actually be pushing you to play. To play. They're asking me to go to this card now for you. God bless you. There it is. Invitation to connect. And you see in your past where you may have exercised a darker side, a harsher side of connecting with others. In this lifetime, you're invited to be in the bubbles. Go play. Go play. You may actually have people who invite you to do stuff a lot, and maybe you're like, oh, next time. Come on, the rest of us are going out to do bowling. Why don't you come? No, I don't know. I'm feeling a certain way. You guys go ahead. I'll catch you next time. Next time people invite you to do things, go. And if you already are doing these things, good for you, because you probably, I feel like Spirit would actually place people in your life to keep, knocking on your door to invite you out to do fun things. I'm feeling a lot of plants here. Spirit is saying if you struggle to make connections with people, go ahead and start with plants. They're sentient beings. They're saying they smell you, they sniff you, they your energy, right? They respond. Okay? So Spirit is saying go ahead. In this lifetime, climbing the ladder of perfection, climbing the social ladder, making your, rising in evolution for you, Pile 1, is about engaging with the other. But you engage with the other by allowing yourself to be within the space and within the realm of other people, number 1. So place yourself there and allow yourself to play. Don't get into trouble now, but play and enjoy. And the second thing is to understand more about yourself. Tap into the playful side of yourself. Be yourself. I'm seeing museum visits here. Some of you may feel like a fish out of water if you just jump straight into the party scene or whatever. Take yourself out on little excursions that are knowledge based. Learn and stop thinking that somebody's going to pop out of the bushes and punch you right on the nose and say, how dare you? And this is for my family back in Orion, back in the Orion Wars, and you did this and you did that, let it go. Don't worry. The debts have been paid, they've been settled, they've been tallied. Any debts that need to be repaid karmically and stuff, you don't have to worry about it right now. It will happen as it is needed to. So right now, focus on playing, set healthy boundaries, but setting healthy boundaries means telling yourself, STFU, be quiet, you, talking to yourself, right? Stop thinking someone's going to come out and punish you. You're done. That's done. This is another lifetime altogether, Spirit is saying. Watch and wait. Life is a mystery. So Spirit wants you to get into the realm of being bubbly, having fun. And guess what happens when we're bubbly and we have fun? Surprises. Yay. So Spirit is going to surprise you. You might be somebody who wins a sweepstakes or something, or you win a trip on a cruise and you're like, why do I keep winning stuff? They want to crack a smile on your face. They're like, other people like, you won. You're like, okay, I want to scratch off whatever. Yes, you want to scratch off, damn it. Get excited. Go put some sunscreen on your nose, get the floppy hat, get your capris, or I don't know what people are wearing these days. Just be that tourist. Go and have fun. You are protected. Exactly. Thanks, Archangel Michael. Yeah. Okay. Stop being afraid. Let Spirit surprise you. Let me entertain you. That song actually came up And I almost sang it earlier, and I have to sing it now because you see, once we turn on the camera, we out here, okay? Surrender resentments, but particularly against yourself. Stop punishing yourself, okay? Surrender to effortlessness. You, pile one, will be receiving quite a lot of fun, quite a lot of surprises. If this has not been the case up until now, please start to expect it. You gotta step out of punishing yourself. Leave that to the universe, you know? And the universe is like, we out here just chilling, you know? I don't know what's up with pile one. We just relaxing. Pile one's just doing too much, DTM, per the usual. And I just think you gotta play a little bit. You used to only having one earring in each ear? Bump that. Go ahead and pull 3. Get 3 in your right ear or left ear and call it a day. Grab one in your nose. Go get a tattoo. Go have fun, right? Order that burger and lie to them and tell them it's your birthday. Let them sing to you for fun, not to control. Okay, so pile one, if this is you, great job, excellent job, coming out of the dark. Yeah, because look where you are. You finally see the light. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 lights, one over there, a 5th one. You guys can't see these because it's off screen, but this is for you. All right, so thank you, pile one. We love your service. You're in service to others. Some of you may actually be teachers in some way. Almost heard teachers in some realm. So you've got other aspects of you at different dimensions working to teach and to help others. You best believe you got it on lock. So please stop walking around here like you are, the devil's gift to mankind. No, you are amazing. You're special. I love you. You're loved, and get out there and have some fun, all right? Somebody here is thinking about buying a trailer. Yes, go buy that trailer. Buy the Winnebago. Buy the Winnebago. What's this? Yes. Thank you. I was like, that card is for you. The innocent rascal, okay? Get over your fears. You are not the devil anymore. And I'm not saying you were, but there was alignment there in the past. You were aligning for whatever reason. Here you are. You're done. You're innocent. You little rascal. You get out of here right now. Spirit loves you so much. They put a card aside for you, okay? So don't trip, chocolate chip. All right. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. All right. And I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for you little kids or whatever. You little rascals. All right. Anyway, let's move on to pile 2. Hey, pile 2. Oh, pile 1. My bad. Pile 1. If you feel drawn to any other decks, go ahead and look. All right. Now, pile 2. Hey, pile 2. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you were not here for pile 1, but you feel drawn to it, go ahead and take a cute little peek. If you feel drawn to pile 3, go ahead and take a cute little peek. But let's jump into pile 2 and see what's up. If you haven't checked the collective reading, I would suggest that you do. And without further ado, let's jump right in. Oh, pile 2, pile 2, pile 2. You have been combating quite a lot. I feel that you've been really working hard to, not to say twist fate, but to protect yourself from maybe an onslaught of a lot of energies. So you've probably had a lot of energies coming your way: family, friends, the government, health issues, money issues, whatever this is. I feel that you may feel that you've been beleaguered and battled, right? You feel like you've been doing your best to wrangle in everything that's happening so that you can control the flow of it, because it's coming in. So you may be feeling quite abused by now, okay? Very much probably abused by other people. I also do want to keep it 100, because that's how we do it here. We do it with love. I do see that you've probably thrown out a few punches yourself, though. You throwing too. You throwing. And so, but I do feel that it's not as much. If you're throwing about 30%, this other thing is coming in about 60%. I don't know what the 10% is. What is it? God? Is it happenstance? I don't know. But looking at that 30% of you, being on the offensive, I think that some of that is due to anger. Maybe you're feeling like I'm the little guy, I'm always the one getting pushed around, or maybe you want to take control, or maybe, hey, you just have shadows like the rest of us, right? But whatever it is, and it could be, yes, it could be in defense too, but I don't feel like it's because of defense mode. I feel like oh, sorry, I don't know what that was. I don't feel like that is defensiveness. I think they're not counting your defending yourself as being part of that 30% of punching out. I feel that 30% is more like you being the aggressor, you being on the offense. Maybe that, sorry, they're so loud in the neighborhood, I don't know what they're doing. But let's take a look here though. I feel that if you're in pile 2, you've really been trying to let's say walk the straight and narrow. So some of you may actually be dealing with some types of addictions, or something, or maybe you are a pathological liar or some. I'm not saying all of you are. Please know that I'm looking at some examples that some of you may be experiencing, right? But just to give you, I'm talking to a group of you, so we're all out here right now. Some of you may be pulling the wool over other people's eyes. Maybe you were diagnosed with sociopathy. Who knows? It doesn't have to be that grave. But whatever this is, I feel like it, and that could even be from your childhood. Maybe you lied a lot as a child, right? It could also be something from a past lifetime, if these are just aspects of you that you carry and you're not aware of it because it's from another lifetime. But either way, I'm seeing a defensiveness in you, which we kind of talked about earlier. But I'm seeing you really, oh, hold on. Thank you. They're saying you may actually also be very defensive. That may be what some of you are like, okay, I know I'm kind of defensive in general, but I'm not a liar. You see what happened was, sure. we know, we see, okay? But defensiveness may be one that you guys can, controlling is another one. You may be able to relate to these aspects of yourself and maybe not the others, but hey, But Spirit is saying for whatever it is, right now, you really, in this lifetime, you really do, whether you're aware of it or not, you have an intention, consciously or unconsciously, to be good. To be good to other people. And I have to keep it 100. I feel like you barely get a chance to show that. It's like, just as you're like, oh, I'm going to donate this much money, I'm going to get into tithing, I'm going to help people. When I get my paycheck, I'm going to put aside this much to really help. I want to be good. I want to give my time. And as soon as you get it, boom, something happens, and now you have to deal with that. So this is what I'm talking about. I feel like you've been attacked on so many sides in so many ways. Some of you may even have had people steal from you. So I my hat's off to you. I really, really see that you really, really are trying to do well. I see Spirit here watching you. I do want to keep it 100 though. I do feel that a lot of this is karmically determined. So I do see that, a lot of these things coming at you is really kind of the past in another lifetime coming back at you, and you're just doing your best to work through it. And you may be feeling like, why is it always gotta be me? I just got paid and now my transmission is down, or I just got this person and now this happened and I've got to be transferred to a whole nother job and I can't even continue this relationship. But I do see a body here buried in the forest. You see those 2 legs? I've never seen that here on this card, but here it is. I'm seeing it. And look at your team. This is the karmic board, actually, not your team, watching to make sure that you fulfill what it is that you need. Here we have this card. See this innocent rascal? This card was actually here earlier. If you saw in the beginning, I was like, what do we do with this card? So I think this card is applying collectively. It did apply to group 1, and I do feel it coming to group 2 here, except with group 1, they were well past their stuff already. They needed to learn. You're done with that. You're out of it. You're out of prison. You're out of the karmic stuff. You need to just shake off the feeling like you're still in trouble or something. You're done. You're off probation. You're done with that. Now you need to play, get your life back, love yourself. That was them. Here I see that you're actually actively in repayment mode. Now when I say repayment mode, I don't mean to say, oh, you're a bad person or this, that. That is not what I mean, and it cannot be what I mean, because no one is just, well, I don't know, some people, but not on this channel, but I want you to know that there are things called soul contracts. And sometimes we're just in a period where we decided, on the other side, we decided to take a bulk of our karmic stuff. We decided to take our medicine in certain ways. Why? Because we wanted to learn in a certain order. And this is how you have chosen to do it. You've chosen to have these things come at you, and you're just choosing to kind of do your best to get it out the way. But at the same time, I see a really lovely connection. I see some of you have been gifted with good connections in your life as well. I pray for you that it's romantic as well. But I see some good stuff coming in for you. So please do not, and you probably already have it, so please do not think that you're paying out the nose and that nothing good happens to you because my whole life is spent with karmic stuff. That's not the case, but you are going through a lot of karmic repercussions from the past. But I love to see that your spirit is totally all here for being of service to others. You really are on a good path. You're on a right path here. You just have to roll with the punches as it comes through. But I do see that spirit is keeping tabs on you, making sure that you get these things taken care of. So just keep doing your best. I'm really proud of you. Let's go ahead and take it. Some of you may have karmic issues that show up in your health is what I'm saying. God bless you. I'm being drawn to the wrist. So somebody may have an actual wrist problem. It may not be, but maybe that's just to get someone's attention here. But some of you, you may be having some of these issues, karmic issues show up in your health. Didn't I talk about lover? I just feel like you may have, if you don't have good luck, and if you don't currently have a good romantic connection, I have to keep it 100. I feel that you have a good propensity to have that. Maybe you've even been blessed with good lovers in this lifetime, good romantic people, like people who actually love you, soulmates, people who want to help you in some way. Was this the deck that we talked about having addictions? I don't remember. Maybe not. Maybe that's group one. But anyway, whatever is going on, I wouldn't be surprised if you have good people in your corner. Even having one good person in your corner in life is more than a lot of people have. So you want to keep that in mind. But I do see lots of blessings and love here. Wow, interesting. What you are being learned, what spirit is learning you? That's when they're really teaching you. They're learning you something. No, but that's not the case here. But I'm just joking. What spirit is teaching you, what you're learning in this lifetime, is how to rescue yourself. Maybe a part of you, and this is some of you, this is past lifetime off planet. And when you were on another planet altogether, you amassed some of these debts, let's put it that way, that you chose in this lifetime to tackle. No one's pulling the wool over anyone's eyes. We're not fooling around with that here, right? But I feel that, part of you wanted to know and wanted to feel and embody and experience what it feels like to have, not to say have no one in your corner, but to have to be left holding the bag. So maybe in other lifetimes, especially when it comes to housing and things like that, a person's ability to provide for themselves, you may actually even be involved in housing in this lifetime, real estate or something like that, but you may have been like in real estate or some type of housing in your past and really, really hurt people, like really left them with the bag. Maybe you sold them houses or places to stay or information. If you were on the battlefield, you would have been an informant for sure. And you would have been placed in positions, whether you're through real estate, whether you're a grocer, whether you are an informant on the battlefield, the thing that unifies you is that you were placed in positions to rescue people, to help people. And I think that in the past, you probably passed judgment on some of these people and chose not to give your effort to them, not to help them, or you sold them things, not being in your integrity because they didn't matter. They're the wrong species, they're the wrong creed, they're the wrong race, they're the wrong whatever, right? This is what I'm seeing. And so in this lifetime, here you are, you may actually feel like, God, the universe hates me, things keep happening to me, and there's no, it may or may not be linked in your mind to something like, maybe you may be like, oh, everyone is downing me because I'm a woman, or everyone's downing me because I'm older, or because I'm, black, or because I'm a minority, or because I'm white, or I'm, or because I'm poor. Or you may have an idea like that. You may have ideas, or you may make up ideas. Oh, it's because I'm this, because I'm that. But I'm seeing that no matter what it is, it doesn't matter what the details are. It's because you passed judgment in other lifetimes, and you didn't give your heart. See, look at this, the heart collector. It's talking about the heart again. Yeah? You didn't give your heart to helping other people. You weren't sincere. You could, and I feel like it was just so passive. Like, think about, I don't want to say the lazy real estate agent. They keep using real estate agent. So maybe the real estate agent who could really put someone, a young family of 4 who's fleeing a war, into a safe home, in a safe place. And they have the files right here. They could choose. Maybe the boss was like, just choose something, give them something. And you could have, and you're just like, I'm not feeling it. I don't really like these people, or just whatever, or they don't count. I'll give them this one. You give it to them, and the place has got leaky faucets, and you send them on their way, and now they have to deal with that. And that influences their life, but you're on to the next thing. And maybe you might have been nice to the people who meant something to you. You had an appeal, you had love for. So one of the things in this lifetime that you're learning is to have universal love for all. You, more than anything, would be learning about agape. That's that universal love. You may actually have experience or be surrounded by other people who have experiences with Title VII issues. Title VII, discrimination, let's say discrimination in the workplace or something like that, and you may be part of an underprivileged group or something like this, that where this energy is very prevalent in your life. And the thing is that you're just learning. It's not to punish you. It's to create balance. It's to create understanding and balance in the field for your soul. So, but in this lifetime, you're spearheading it, and you're learning how to rescue yourself. In other words, to live with the injustices thrown towards you. And the injustice may not even come through a person. It may be just that you bought something and boom, it breaks like that. You're like, what the hell? What the hell, man? Can't I have anything? Right? Annoying, right? So you want to stay out of victim mode. If you're feeling like a victim, I would say, I'm seeing it. There's a reason why. But you want to stay in a place of love. You want to give your love unconditionally as you can to people, regardless of what they look like, what they sound like, what they smell like, what their education level is, what their creed is. It doesn't matter. You just give of your time, of your resources, if you can, right? A listening ear, observe, avoid judgment, right? And I think that you may actually be blessed in romance. It's interesting, but it doesn't have to be romance. But it just is. Spirit's not here saying, and you cast out into the dark. And no, you probably have good people around you, and that's by design, to help you. And these people may actually give you, I almost heard man up. I didn't almost hear it, I did hear it. To man up, in a sense. These people may actually help you to see things from a different perspective, and to take accountability. So these people who are in your corner are also there to teach you, right? To do the right thing, to see things from another perspective, and they're helping you. This is not punishment. I just want to say, Pile 2, there's no punishment here on this table. If it were, I would let you know. I would be like, actually, this feels a little bit punitive in some sense, and then we delve into why that feels that way. But this is not. This is the soul's attempt to understand the energies that it put out there in the past, and it's also an attempt to balance the field. But again, your intention is pure here. You really are trying to do this work. It's just that, I also see Spirit overseeing this work because it needs to be done, is what I'm getting. Let's go ahead and check some higher energies here. The solar plexus, bless your buttons. I love that. We were just talking about how strong your will is. right? Your will is very strong to be of service to others, and that's a beautiful thing. There it is, reassurance of the golden light. Look at the golden light right here. You're on it. You're in it. You will do what it is that you came down here to do. And I'm feeling like it's not going to be a whole life of this. You may actually just be going through a period of time where you have decided, capital Y, to tackle a lot of these things. One day you might find, oh, I'm on smooth street now, or things are good. Or maybe it may come in periods of time, things were shitty for a long time, and then they were good for a few years, and then all of a sudden, it depends on how you wanted to dole things out. Notice I used the word dole because it is the idea of doling out punishment, but it's not punishment. Surrender worry, surrender to your full power. Some of you may have had a tough time in high school, or may have learned some really big lessons in high school. Excuse me, let me take a sip here. You were learning to empathize with other people. Empathy is big for you, pile 2. And empathy was also big for pile 1, but in a different way. They were coming from a completely different energy. Your energy here is, if anyone could accuse you of anything, it was in other lifetimes, it was being judgmental. And I don't want to say lazy, but not putting your heart into being of service to others when you were in a position to be able to rescue them and to really improve their circumstances. So that shows me that you were placed in some real key holding positions in other lifetimes and entrusted with the livelihoods of other people. Okay, so in this lifetime, you may actually find yourself in a similar position, but if not, it's probably because a part of you didn't feel like you wanted to put yourself in that position again until you learned a lesson, because maybe you don't want to repeat anything. But you have to surrender, because you are coming through, you with the capital Y. You're doing a very good job. Look at that, the miracle of forgiveness. Yes, you are forgiven. We all are immediately, because the Course in Miracles teaches us we never did anything wrong. But that's from a higher perspective, okay? We're on this perspective right now, and in this perspective, we do see some things going on, but it is up to you to forgive yourself. One of the things that you're going to have to carry with you, it's almost like I'm like, you can't get to see this last card, and you're going to have to live with it. That's kind of what I want to let you know. But this is the energy coming through, but I'm going to explain it. Spirit is saying one of the things that you may have to live with in this lifetime is, I don't want to say not having justice for yourself, but you got to take it on the chin a few times. You might find yourself always taking it on the chin. Nobody ever gets called into justice. Wow, this person just sold me this item. I never was able to get a refund, and now I'm just stuck with it, and they just got to get away with it. Oh my gosh, I was supposed to get my stimulus check when everybody else did. Oh, but there was something wrong with IRS, and then by the time it came, and it was, whatever, I'm just making stuff up now. But my point is, things seem to go wrong, and you never get compensated for it. That's because nothing is owed to you. And not because nothing's owed to anybody, not because of that, but because you're paying back right now. Okay, so there are just some things where, hey, it's even Stevens. And your job is to also understand you're doing a bang up job. It's looking good. Look at this, let it shine on top of all these light cards with the light coming through. But the thing about it is that it's kind of a bummer, is that it's possible that you doing such an awesome job may never even really be recognized by people. It's almost like they won't see it. Like maybe just like, dude, didn't anyone just see that I lost my stuff in this fire? Everyone's looking at the kids. What about me? What about me? Where's my justice? By the same token, you may be like, hey, I did a thing. Look what I did. No one cares. I'm the one who put this together. Everybody had a good time at this project because I was the project manager. I was the one staying up late. No one saw that. But my boss got all the credit, or these people got all the credit. And you're feeling miffed. And so my point is, you have to learn to give that recognition to yourself. A really great example of this, great analogy, is, let's say you sign up for college or university, whatever, coursework For the first semester, you take 4 classes, and for whatever reason, you're unable to continue, and you weren't able to withdraw from classes. And so what happens is you ended up getting fails because, you didn't withdraw and get a W to show that you withdrew and, not be penalized. So you ended up getting fails. And now your GPA is like a 0.00. Guess what? For the next 2 to 4 years, let's say the next 2 years, you can get straight A's every semester. But you're not hitting a 4.0 that next semester. No, you're still in the hole because now things are getting averaged in. And here it is, you're busting your buns. No one's seeing that you aced all 4 of your classes every semester after that you did this work, that work. All they're seeing is your GPA every semester. And it's like, oh, 0.0, oh, 1.2, oh, 1.5. Or I'm just saying, I'm not actually doing the math, but you get it? Oh, finally, in year 2, 2.0. But meanwhile, you're killing it, with your grades. This is that kind of thing. So you just kind of have to take it on the chin. So pile 2, some of you may be actual like little scrappers. Like you fight against life. You like, yeah, come at me, life. You may be that Lieutenant Dan on the ship. Like, come at me, God, do your worst, blah, blah, blah. But you see what happened. God didn't come at Lieutenant Dan. First of all, Gary Sinise, yum, okay. Not at the boat scene. He was not it at that moment. But anyway, you get my point? It wasn't that God was the one that resolved it. No, Gary Sinise, Lieutenant Dan, had it out with himself. He thought he was talking to God, but he had it out with himself. And in the end, he's the one who made peace with himself. And to this day, we ask Lieutenant Dan, what's going on? What's going on, Lieutenant? He's going to be like, yeah, I had peace with God. No, you never were at war with God. You were at war with yourself. But listen, I'm going to let you keep that. I'm not going to hold you, do you? And so that's what this is. You have to learn to forgive yourself. Now, in this day and age, you won't remember what happened in these other lifetimes because I don't really feel that it's coming back to haunt you in that way. Group 1 was having some past lifetime stuff that was flavoring their life to the point that they were feeling a bit like a criminal. I don't get that with you. In this lifetime, I feel that how you may be feeling is very downtrodden, beat up upon. You may be feeling like the little guy. You always got to fight for everything you need. People run all over you. You never get any justice. You never have, your day in the sun. People don't see what you do for them. And here you are. This is why. So you have to learn how to do this. Now, your higher level skill here is cultivating self-forgiveness. Done. People don't liberate you. You liberate you. You rescue you. Okay? You rescue you. This is what we started on with yours. I'm going to give you this. Magic works through you. And I love that because you know what? Once a key holder, always a key holder. I just see in these lifetimes that are active, that are presenting themselves to us, you were entrusted quite a bit in many lifetimes to help people. And guess what? When you really get square with all this, and when you already have the heart, you're already doing it. But when you get all this stuff off your back, ooh, you're gonna be flying straight. Hardcore flying straight. You'll have the intention to help people. You'll have the intuition because you will have aligned with spirit, with your higher self. And guess what? You're going to have the merit, the ethics, divine ethics, not this bullshit ethics we find on earth and people thinking moral this one. Like, no, they're off. I'm talking for real deal. So think about this as you purifying yourself in every way so that you can really step in and be that divine servant, capital D, capital S, for others, because we serve others. And when we say that S, it's capital S. So it's different from what we think serving is on earth, okay? So you're magic. You've got the position. God's like, we got this position for you. You're going to have this position. You're just going through some training and refreshing these skills, and we're also going to throw you into, this course and this, that, and when you're out, we this position's saved for you. Like, here we go. We're going to make you a king in this lifetime. We're going to make you somebody who signs off on adoptions in this lifetime. That's the kind of position you hold, pile 2, okay? Very trusted. All right, God is good. You are good. We love you, love you, love you. God bless your buttonholes and your buttons. Don't ask where your buttonholes are. I don't know. All right. If you have any questions, or if you feel like you'd like to have a personal reading with me, or get an energy healing session with me, help you clear some stuff, if anything is needed, reach out to me. Etsy. If you feel called to any of the other piles, go for it. And if you haven't checked out the collective reading as yet, might I invite you to? Okay. Mwah. Bye, pile 2. Whew. Hello, pile 3, and welcome. Why does it feel like a game show all of a sudden, pile 3? Pile 3, what are you doing? Very playful, but very hiding energy. I see your energy hiding a bit, okay? Don't worry. We're just we're gonna come out here and see what's up. If you feel also drawn to piles 1 or 2, I would invite you to head on over and see what's up. If you haven't checked out the collective reading, listen, you don't have to, but might I invite you to do that? And I just did. Let's jump right in. Look at you hiding. Oh my gosh. All right, pile 3, if you, thank you. I was gonna say, if you want to do this, you need to come, and you just came right here. I just feel it. Okay, thank you. Okay, I'm gonna back up a little bit, but not too much. Right here is fine. Let's look at this. Pile 3, I get you. I get you. You've been done wrong, is what I'm getting. Pile 3, lots of Cancerian energy in pile 3. Doesn't mean you have to have Cancerian placements, but I definitely feel it. If you're in pile 3, wow, I'm feeling you. No wonder you want to kind of hide a bit. So cute. So cute. I feel that you've really been put through the ringer here. I feel that it may have even skewed your sense of self and sanity as well. So some of you may actually have suffered in some way at the hands of other people. It feels very, very much like mental stuff as well. This wants to come out. God is good. This and that are true. Okay? Paradox. So I'm seeing here that you are a trooper. Let's pull in some golden energy for you, pile 3. I'm just going to pull it into your pile and also to you. God is good. So we're just going to dust you off with some nice, beautiful gold powder, because I feel like you, and Spirit is here also attending to you right now, especially the lower back. I'm feeling the lower back. Lots of gold energy coming in. They're realigning your spine, helping you in the neck area, whatever's going on in your life. They're helping you under the arms. Some of you watch your sugar intake as well. So they're dusting you off, but they're dusting you off in a sense where actually not dusting you off, they're dusting on gold powder onto you. So okay, but they're really helping you. I do see a lot of hiding energy. Your spirit is very afraid, so we're just going to keep you in here. We're just gonna hang for a little bit. Lots of inner children need to come through. I do see they're coming through now. They're listening. They're so cute. No wonder I was like, so cute. And look at the dolphin coming out to play with them. You see, this is what this is. So let's read pile 3. God bless you. Okay, and they're really making you comfortable right now. They're cocooning some of you, because some of you and some aspects of you are getting cocooned in loving energy and loving little cocooning wraps, because you definitely have trauma. Definitely have trauma. And I wouldn't be surprised if you were engaged in lengthy abuse in this lifetime. If you're drawn to pile 3, you don't have to have been, but you are vibing very much like that. And I also feel it could even be past life, but it's very much in this lifetime. Maybe also suffered a lot of neglect, maybe feeling very out there and having mental issues or disturbances, or I don't want to go so far as to say disorders, but I want to say disturbances as a result of this. So I do want to let you know it's a safe space, and see how the cards, you wouldn't see because you probably didn't look at these, but I was revealing card by card by card by card, but notice how the cards are pulling themselves out as needed for you. But I do want you to know it's safe. So yeah, so I was just about to say, don't dissociate and look at the unplug from mass consciousness. We want you to stay connected. So you may be a dissociator, God bless. So what I'm seeing here is Spirit. I'm just going to give Spirit a few seconds, because they are going to probably have to disconnect certain parts of you for a second, so we can do this reading, is lest you dissociate, right? So let's give them a second. I'll take a sip and listen to some elevator music in my mind. Yeah, thank you. In the meantime, let's all send love to pile 3 and comfort, conscious, comforting energy is what the guides are calling it. And let's send it to the others as well. God bless. All right. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here we go. Oh, the guides are so cute. They just took this little flower and put it onto the pile 3 people. God bless you. Okay. let's get in. Okay. Let's pull out. Okay. Hold on. Can you guys see this? Okay, yes you can. Thank you. All right. I think when I said let's pull out, so some of you may actually have been at the mercy of abusive relationships, right? So because I'm getting a very much like a childlike mind here, in the sense of a wounded inner child. Sometimes when we have wounded inner children, not sometimes, they come out in relationships, and that's why sometimes we revert to that child when we're in relationships. So if you've ever seen some women who were domestically abused for a long time, women who are prostitutes who are with pimps, things like this, some of them will talk in a baby voice. Hey, I don't know. That sometimes is a very dead giveaway. Sometimes a lot of times that this person has been stunted emotionally because of that. Okay, so I'm seeing a little bit of that for some of you. This is not all of you, but we're out here reading the energy. Spirit is saying that if this is you, there are parts of you, and you may have joined other readings to other piles too, but if you felt directed to this pile and it resonates for you in some way, there is at least a part of you, it doesn't have to be all of you, but a part of you that is going through this. It's almost like Spirit is pulling you up off the floor. This part of you is being, I don't want to say scraped up, but pulled up off the floor, and they're reconnecting you. So you in this group would do well to, not right now, maybe wait until it's safe and you get the okay to do it, but to have soul retrieval. Soul retrieval is the process by which a shaman will reach through time and space to collect fragments, your different fragments, to bring you back into soul integration. Okay, some of you may also have been torn down a lot by the people in your life. They may have fed you things and ideas that are not real. So gaslighting, big time gaslighting, setting the agenda for you about what's important. You may have grown up thinking that someone's looks are important, that women should always be judged by their looks, for example, because your father always commented on, women, and like these things, they're not important, right? And so, but in your mind it is. And maybe you were neglected, you didn't get to see other ways of being because you were in this bubble. I'm feeling a lot around the wrist, so I'm feeling it's almost like bondage. And I was going to say slavery, even in the sense of being enslaved within your own family, not being able to get out to explore, right? Because there's a lot going on. So what's happening here is deep trauma, and a lot of it has to do, a lot of it resulted in your mindset being affected, disturbances, mental disturbances. Sorry, so much is coming through, and mental disturbances, and they said medical mishaps for some of you, also metaphysical is another word. I'm so sorry, guys. There's so much. Metaphysical, thank you. Metaphysical madness is another one. So some of you may actually have intuitive moments that get corrupted by what's going on in the field around you. You may have attachments talking to you. It could be that you're just like struggling with other people's energies. Maybe you're very sensitive. Who knows? There's a lot going on there. Some of you may even get swept up by others very easily because the boundaries aren't there. There's a lot going on here. But I really think if you chose pile 3, the main thing that I would say is snuggles, super hugs. We're all here for you. The main thing is this is soul fragmentation. You've got a lot of fragmented cells. And so whatever work you're doing very well to re-deliver yourself is what they're saying. So this is showing me that you're really working hard to pull yourself back into alignment. But it's not just about getting aligned, it's about recollecting yourself. Doing so in a gentle way. We have this cute little dolphin spirit here to show that comfort. Doing so in a gentle way, in a loving way. And learning, a big thing for you would be learning that it's not your fault. It's not your fault is what Spirit is saying, okay? Manifestia. This is so cute. Every time I see this, I always feel it's like Supergirl. She looks kind of like Supergirl in my mind. But I know it's interesting that I just said it's not your fault, right? And then Manifestia comes out. So it's like, okay, so it's not my fault that I'm manifesting these things. Spirit is actually showing that it's not your fault. You are manifesting a lot of these things in your life, right? But a lot of it is not because of you. It's because of the intrusions into your energy field from the abuse that you may have had, the neglect that you may have had, any open portals that allow entity attachments to come through, people who are just toxic in your life. These things, these are people. This is why we want to be very careful about having boundaries. And this is when they say we send you out as sheep amongst wolves, right? Sometimes you're a cute little sheeplet and you don't understand that. And maybe you were born into a family that a bunch of wolves, and you would know you're not a wolf because you're in the family, but you're very much vibing like a sheep, and you are being toxified or intoxicated. No, toxified, I like that better. By these other people, and guess what? You'll go out heavily influenced by them into the world. Okay, for somebody here, this toxic energy that you got from people in your field, whether it's your family, could be family, right? I feel that it may have gotten you into some karmic issues in a sense, like you may have gone on and published a book or gone on to do some artwork or something like that. Like I just see you working and producing something creative, but that energy is mixed into what you've created and it's gone out and it's affected other people. So that can create some karma, right? But call upon your angels and guides to help you get on the right path. All they're going to do is help you to align with love, something that you may never have really felt before, or you couldn't identify if it was in front of you. And this is understandable because you were conditioned. And trust me, those people who conditioned you in this way will have their own karmic stuff to pay, right? But we are ultimately responsible for what it is that we do out in the world. And so I do want you to know, start loving yourself, forgiving yourself, because this is not you. It's your product of your environment, and you're a product of which really looks to me to be very much abuse. Okay, all right, God is good. Yeah. Aw, Archangel Sandalphon, cute. Okay, surrender your stress. Spirit is saying, I was just going to say, Spirit is saying, get back to yourself. And look at the next card, surrender to the magic of who you are. Spirit is saying, a lot of your stress, pile 3, I feel you may actually feel very tired. Maybe you're exhausted, existentially exhausted. You may have trouble with your throat chakra, your thyroid. Maybe you even have trouble in your neck. Didn't the guides say that they were working on your neck earlier? I think they were working on the spine and everything. You may have trouble with your neck. Some of you may have trouble hearing because it's all in the same area. Maybe you're losing hearing, or maybe things seem muted. Maybe your hearing is fine, but you're so dissociated you don't hear things sometimes, right? So your faculties need to be sharpened a bit. So we're going to call upon the guides to really help us. Oh, look at Archangel Sandalphon. Remember, Archangel Sandalphon is great. He's really great for delivering prayers and delivering messages. Sometimes when I want to pray for somebody and stuff, I imagine the prayer and then I put it in a nice little envelope or a box and I call in Archangel Sandalphon and I ask him to deliver it. And then I give him a hug because I like hugs. But anyway, you get the point. So, and also he's saying that he brings, well, it's a little flyer. Oh, look, what is that? He brings prayers to you because you have people praying for you and your wealth and your health being, your welfare, not only on this side, but on the other side. And I'm seeing that he's like, I bring them in, but he brings in only those prayers that are for you and that are for your health and well-being. Because remember, in order for our friends and family to visit us and to talk to us and whatnot, they have, who in spirit, by the way, who transition, they have to get permission and authorization to come through, and they have to get authorized to give their messages, because we're in a controlled environment to a certain degree, and sometimes if they say certain things, it could kind of throw you out of alignment and whatnot, and interfere in your lessons and your learning. So anyway, so that's why he's saying he brings things through as they can be and as they need to be. Oh, God is so good. But anyway, so Spirit is saying start to learn. For pile 3, your thing is Spirit is teaching you how to reorient yourself, because you're going to have to reorient yourself from what you learned before, because I'm seeing major mishaps here, and you may have actually had major mishaps in your life, but I don't want to say major mishaps, because to me I'm like, does this mean mishaps are going to happen or they have happened? But that's the word that they're saying. But what I wanted to say is major madness. It's all over the place. It's like Willy Wonka in the mind. So what's the word? Not synapses, but what is the word? I can't remember. But your wires are crossed. Neurologically, things are plugged in here, conditioned. Instead of being conditioned here, you've been conditioned there. So we're trying to defragment. The guides are so good. We're trying to recollect, bring you into alignment, re-educate, reconfigure, recalibrate. And the sucky thing about this is that we're at this moment in Good Will Hunting when Robin Williams tells Matt Damon, it's not your fault. And Matt Damon's like, don't F with me, man. Whatever, I got it. Don't F with me. And then he breaks down crying because he has that moment. He realizes, oh my God, it's not my fault. I am not the life I have here. This isn't me. And of course that leads to, well, who am I? Surrender to the magic who you are. There we go. I'll tell you what, that's your journey of your discovery. And I see the Judge card here saying it's not fair. There's a part of you that's like, it's not fair that I was so knocked off like this, that I didn't get my chance to be myself, to individuate, to be who I really am. And I have to live with it. I just have to live with it and pick up my pieces and like, look at all the little pieces, the flowers. Here you are sitting in this little like grove here, or whatever this is here, groove here, and you've got all these fragments of yourself, and it's like this moment where it's like, it's not my fault. So now I know it's not my fault, but yet I still have to be responsible for picking up all these pieces. And the answer is yes, because this is just how it is. And you have this cute little dolphin here to be with you and to snuggle you as you do that. See this little horse there? The horse is like, listen, I could ride you around while you pick it up. You don't have to walk through this field, right? And so Spirit is saying there will be people to help you along the way, but this is something that you do need to do because it's too fragmented. And so Spirit is actively working and helping you, but this is something you have to do for yourself. So if you selected pile 3 and any of this sounds familiar, even if you're just like, well, I don't know what happened in my life, and I don't know if I can even say I had trauma this lifetime, but this sounds like me. Yeah, because you're carrying a vibration that is like this. So there's soul fragmentation to the point that Spirit really is trying to get you to recollect yourself, and they're working to rewire you, to make you right side up, plug you into the right places, teach you in the right way, bring you into a place where you can align with people who are for you. Because I think you came out of this very topsy-turvy. If you should have been at A, you're at Z. And so you have to kind of make your way back. I do not feel this is karmically driven. Pile 2 was very karmically driven, but this group in pile 1 had karma that's now done, and they need to learn to give themselves time to play and enjoy being free. And in your case, it's all about healing. All about healing. But this is not your stuff, is what Spirit is saying. So what I would say for you, pile 3, is to get back in here, because I see you trying to edge out. Like, come back in. Some of you may actually be dissociating a bit as you listen to this. So have fun with it. Laugh. Love yourself. You know, listen. We are eternal beings. We are eternal beings, and we have been through the ringer. And this is just where you are now. You'd be surprised to see where you were in other lifetimes, okay? The good news is this is not your fault. This is just about regrouping. So I would say that moving forward, something that pile 3 you would do well to do is to really focus on being gentle with yourself, allowing in only gentle energies, learning and aligning with Spirit with how to judge and how to vet people so that they don't take advantage of your cute little self, right? Learning to just give yourself the space and the time that you need to recover, to recuperate, to align. If you're not sure about something, find someone who can help you understand something better, right? So if you're, again, feeling like, this kind of sounds like me, but I don't know if it's my origin story, don't worry about it. What you want to, if it sounds like you, then there is a part of you that has to go through this process. Again, you could also have been drawn to any of these other piles, but this fragment itself, there's a part of you that needs to go through healing. Look at this. Didn't we just say that? Work with Spirit. Co-create with Spirit. Let Spirit help you, okay? Spirit is saying there's demand for you. Now let's talk about this. I love this. The guides, they're so great. They're so great. It's almost like Spirit wants to work with you. Spirit is saying there is so much demand for the wounded healer. Now, so some of you, Spirit is like, we need you to do this. We need you to put yourself back together. We need you to get this done. We need you to work on it. We need you to see yourself through it. We need you to be your own cheerleader. We need you to push yourself, get that hot chocolate, talk to your inner children, find people who can help you, give yourself rest when you need it, take time off when you need it. You know, remember who you are, remember who you are, remember who you are. And they're saying, talk to us. We will tell you who you are. We'll remind you who you are. Because you're so skewed with how you see things that you may think you're a devil, and you're not. Spirit is actively wanting to recruit you to help them work. But they want you to go through this because you'll be able to help other people. Now, if not in this lifetime, to be of service and to get into positions with Spirit, then in definitely your next lifetime, you are en route to being of service, is what Spirit is saying. And they Spirit is good. They can always find people they use us, no matter where we are in our journey individually, to help others. Okay, you may actually be given a pet. Some of you hear the dogs. You hear the dogs. They're like, hey, someone say pet. Yeah, you may actually be given a pet in this lifetime, or be pushed towards pet. You might become a pet parent, a puppy parent, or a kitty parent, or a cute little hamster parent, or whatever. So the reason why is because you will need that companionship, right? The guides are working with you. You may also be drawn to the moon, is what I'm getting. Some of you may be drawn to the moon. Also, some of you may feel a little discombobulated when the moon hits. All right? Something that would be helpful, because, the moon pulls on our stuff, so it pulls it up. Something that you would be mindful of, pile 3, is that things come in cycles. Learn to identify when your energy reacts and how it reacts. Because as you do that, you can really talk yourself out of feeling certain types of ways. You can become more grounded. You can found yourself within a routine. Whoa, okay. Yeah. Okay, sir. Really want to get that dog's attention. um, yeah, they don't really care what time of day it is either. I just wanted to put that out there. But anyway, yeah, so Spirit has a plan for you. Okay, this is why we saw this superwoman, and you don't have to be biological female, by the way, male, female, gender non-conforming. This is just, it is what it is. I want to see if I can bring something through. Yeah, one of the things that you want to do is understand that things always even out. There will always be justice, but the thing is, sometimes that justice won't come in the same lifetime, and it sometimes won't even come in a recognizable format. And then on top of that, you may not even identify when justice is occurring. Okay, so pile 3, my heart goes out to you. Or trust me, I get it, man, I get it. Okay, but sometimes we just have to keep walking with our head held high and being of service to others, and you align with Spirit in everything that you do. Please help me to navigate this. Spirit cuts time down. They when you work with Spirit, they're like, oh, you're serious about this. Let's do it, and they pull you through, and it's quicker than if you were muddling through it yourself. I'm not saying it like that. Listen, you want to buy a home, just ask Spirit. You want to get a new pair of shoes, ask Spirit. Ask them. They'll get you situated very quickly. But on a serious note, yes. So just keep moving forward. Look how her head is held high. Her head's held high. She's moving forward, and she's got her cute little whole torso, out. It's like, Spirit, move me. And be gentle with yourself, okay? Thank you. The guides are saying also, they're showing this gossip, be gentle in your speech as well. So just try to be that person where, if you can. I mean, I know you have a personality that your soul selected for you, and maybe you're sussy, or maybe whatever, who knows? Maybe you have opinions, whatever. But I would say, I was just thinking about this today when I was at the stove. From now on, I'm going to be that person who people will just never have a bad thing to say about, because now there could be always somebody who has something bad to say. I don't really care. But that being said, I'm not going to put myself in a position where I'm talking about people out of pocket, where I'm putting their names in my mouth, where I have to offer my opinion. I just don't care that much. I don't want to get involved with that. I need to come onto this planet, get my work done, be of service, and get out. And that's just the way I want to see it. And I don't want to be picking up extra karma, creating extra drama, all this because I was running my mouth. So Spirit is saying, be in that way. And when Jesus turned his other cheek, I'm assuming he actually did, because it's been said, but I'm sure he would understand, right? If Jesus actually turned his other cheek, I doubt he turned his cheek to turn his head and be like, and you know what that person had the nerve to say to me? No, we're not out here doing that. It's about using your words wisely, sharing yourself and being of service, talking about your experience with the intention of healing and educating, not with the intention of ego and this and that. Let Spirit provide justice for you. But for right now, if you're pile 3, God bless you. There is a part of you that needs to go through this reclaiming of self, and Spirit will reorient you, because you need to be turned like this. Right now you're like this. They need to turn you like this, so that you can be oriented towards the right direction. Okay? But you have to make sure that you love yourself, because this isn't your stuff. I would let you know. You guys know me. I will let you know with a loving heart and jelly bean head. I'd be like, this is all you. No, it's not. All right, so just do your best, pick up your pieces, and let's roll. All right. If you'd like to reach out and have a personal reading with me, a cute little internet hug, or energy healing session with me via Zoom, you know where to find me on Etsy. But until then, God bless you, pile 3. Great job, great job, great job. Just keep going. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, all of you guys, for coming through. I'm just going to give your closing statements. You could see that the energies were very different here that came through, but you guys are all doing a wonderful job. You're here, you're tuned into the energies, and your spirit teams are so excited about working with you. All right, they're super excited about working with you. And if you can, all 3 of you, set your compass to the divine. Just align yourself, set your intention to be in alignment with the highest form of love. That's it. And then do your best and ask for them to administer to your health and well-being. And trust me, Spirit has ways of doing that. All right. So until then, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me or an energy healing session with me, all of my information is on Etsy. And until then, please feel free to check out any of the free resources that we offer you. They're all offered in love for you. All right. Bye.